Sure, Narasimha. I will try to make a new videos on CSM. Thank you, Krishna. So I will soon make a video on CSM first, and then I will try to do on item, agent, and workspace. So, okay, let's see some demo today. So, as we don't have many users joined, so what I will do is I got the notes from the users that um, there are someone need about CSM, ITOM, HAM, ITOM, agent workspace. Someone needs incident manager, incident management process. Okay, to set up. So all these things. So I think the CSM and ITOM, all this takes like a long time. As a series, we can I can create some videos on this one and I can publish as soon as possible. I will try to publish it by in the February first week. Okay, so you can learn with real-time scenarios. So for now, what I will do is there are some users joined like which who are new to ServiceNow. They don't know how to where to start and so let's see. So for users who want to learn ServiceNow or something, okay, so they can do what they can do is uh, they have to log in. Okay, they have to log in to this developer.servicenow.com. Okay, so if they log into this one, so they will get and they have to register for the instance. Okay, which instance which is available latest instance. So our instance is on Vancouver release. So you can click on I mean you can get the instance by clicking on it. So and after that you can start building your click on start building and log in. So you will get one new instance to practice. This is a personal instance, so you can do whatever you want. Okay, some are some people know about these instances. Okay, for them it is a little bit, but okay, you can listen it again. So to refresh your knowledge. Okay. So, for example, if you want to learn ServiceNow, okay, from scratch, okay, and some people also experienced people also want to learn some more deep analysis, what is there and what is all these things, okay, so you can go to Learn Path here, and you have Learn Overview, learning plans, courses, tutorials, what kind of certifications you can do. So everything here it is there. So if you go to learning plans, as if you are new to ServiceNow. So you can click on new to ServiceNow module and see the learning plans. Okay, so you have all this like using modules. Okay, start learning plan. Okay, if you click on start learning plan and using flow designer objectives. Okay, uh, deleting the flow, all these things. Okay, new to ServiceNow. Let's go back to new to ServiceNow. So here, navigate to user. Let's, flow designer, ServiceNow basics. Okay, you can click on ServiceNow basics and click on uh, which one you want, or you can pick. Okay, ServiceNow basics, first one, and then what is scripting. Okay, service portal introduction. You can click. Okay, you can click on client side scripting, importing data, how to import the data. So um, you can learn easily. Okay, so here we have in the reference we have the APIs. Okay, coming to the scripting part. Okay, so you have the APIs which are REST API, client mobile API, server scope, and server global. You have, okay, the difference. We should know about the difference between the scope and the global, where we use scope and where we use global, and also the UI framework. Okay, APIs to create a modern user interface. Okay, so these APIs will be helpful to create some scripts. Okay, or um, customize the scripts or the advanced scripts. Okay, so all these things. Okay, in the guides you can see guide overview, developer program guide. Okay, so all these guides. Okay, and if you want to search from the blogs, shares, community, and events, okay. So community is the one thing which we use very well. So for example, if you have any questions regarding anything like if something is not, if your client script is not working, you can create some questions and you can post it, and so that you will get the help from um, anyone. Okay, uh, from anyone, like okay, so you will get the answers. Some top solution others. Okay, these guys are very good, so uh, they will help you to fix your code or your issues or anything else. Okay, yeah. So you can search in the community also, okay? Depends upon the blogs or groups or events or discussions, okay? So if you are working in a company and if your company is an elite partner, so you will get an now learning access also. From the now learning also, you can learn more topics, advanced topics, and you can finish your certifications easily. Okay, so all these things. Okay, so now let's go to this thing. So someone has said that major incident management process, how to set up, and what is major incident management, why we use. Okay, so if you go to left navigation panel, if you type a major incident, uh, so there is no major incident. So we have only, I think, incident in our instance. So there is no major incident setup. To set up the major incidents, what you have to go is go to plugins, click on plugins. Click on plugins and search for this is this dashboard is a new dashboard which comes from Vancouver release, I think. Okay, I'm not sure from which release, but this is from last release or this Vancouver release. You can search major incident major incident management, something like that. So you will get you have to install major incident management plugin. Okay, so then once you install, okay, then it is available to you, okay, as a major incident management. So why we use major incident management, I will explain you in some time. Okay, let's install it. So when you are trying to install, so it is incident communication management, notify, code signing, signatures. So all this will be installed. Let's load with demo data. So install it. Okay, let's wait for a few minutes to install all these things. Okay. Let's wait for the plugin to activate. Okay, so let's wait. Okay, so it's installed. Okay, so once it is successfully installed, so what we can do is let's check if it is installed or not. Okay, okay, so let's go to incident. So critical incident map. Yes. So this is installed. Okay, so you can see the major incident. Okay, and any incident. Okay, so now there are how these major incidents can create. Okay, the what are the process of creation of a major incident. Okay, so by installing this one. Okay, so let's open a notepad. So here in the major incident management, you need three roles are important. Three roles are important. One, it is an um, major incident manager. Major incident manager. Second one is ITIL user or okay, and incident manager. Okay, so all these roles are important. Okay, so for example, if any incidents needs to convert to major incident. Okay, so who can propose this major incident? Who can create these major incidents? Okay, so there is a concept called, okay, for suppose not all the users can create major incidents. So only the ITIL users, okay, ITIL users can promote, can propose, only propose major incident to major incident to major incident. Okay, so only propose incident to major incident, but they cannot create or anything. Okay, so the major incident manager, MIM, okay, he can decide whether the incident can be promoted or demoted. Okay, to a major incident or not. Okay, let's see how the users will create it. Okay, so here you need to know terms like propose, promote, demote, reject. So all this kind of all this information you should know about um, uh, beforehand. Okay, so before going actual live. Okay, so whenever the ITL users, okay, create an incident, and this ITL users thinks that um, we should create this incident as a major incident, so they should propose it. And once the propose, and then the MIM, major incident management, can decide like promote or demote or reject. Okay, all these things. Okay, so let's see. For example, um, let's impersonate with the ITL user. Okay, so what ITL users, like for example, he or she, the ITL users, create an incident. Okay, so here the ITL users create the incident, like they can fill like caller or whoever the caller it is. Okay, so Abraham Lincoln, or test MIM major incident, test MIM incident. Okay, and channel, whatever the channel it is. Okay, so they will save this one. You see, there is no tabs called major incident or anything. Okay, so if an ATL users, okay, thinks that if it needs to be a major incident or not a major incident. Okay, so you, any incident like impact 3 or priority 5 or high priority incidents or low priority incidents or moderate incidents or anything they can promote or promote to major incidents. Okay, so how to promote it, propose? So only the ITL users, okay, so can propose a major incident. Okay, when proposing the major incident, okay, MIM, okay, needs to create as a create as a major incident MI. Okay, something. Okay, she will he will he or she. Okay, so propose major incident. Okay, so okay, so work notes is mandatory. So yes, here need to create as a me MI. Okay, so propose it. So once the incident is proposed, so the incident has proposed as a major incident candidate. So you can see the major incident candidate. So major incident was proposed and ITL users. Okay. So and then now the major incident manager, impersonate with the major incident manager. Okay. So he will go to major incident tab. Major incident. Okay, so there are like candidates create a major, he can create directly major incident. Okay, so if anyone creates major incidents, so that will come under um, I think someone asked about CSM. So yeah, sure, I will start the CSM also. Yeah, so candidates, so you can see the candidates. Okay, So all these are called, whenever someone propose a major incident, uh, to propose a major incident. So all these proposed incidents are shown under candidate. So these are called major incident candidate we call. So the major incident manager can decide whether to reject or approve. Okay, whether to reject or approve. So he can um, he can promote to major incident or reject major incident candidate. Okay, so either ways he can do it, or he can go to view workbench. From view or workbench also he can see easily like what are the impacted services, affected CIs, outages, affected locations, all these informations. Okay, all these things like affected, impacted. Okay, so promote to major incident. He can promote or reject major incident. Okay, so let's click on promote to major incident. Okay, what will happen? Yes, promoted to promoted to major incident. You will click OK and click on promote. So this incident is promoted, and you can see uh, so now if you can see the tabs. Okay, and the duration here you can see, and you can see in the summary impacted services, all these things, and you can start the communication, view communication task. So here we did not have any communication task are configured here, and there are no on call going. So that's if, for example, if I open the same incident in the view form, so it will not assign to any. So it is assigned to a major incident manager and meant and assigned to major incident automatically. So how it is assigned, all these things we can see. Okay, all these things we can see. So you can assign to different groups also. Okay, so you can see the on-call groups. It is one group, and major incident management number of members is only one. Okay, so this is like you can propose a major incident. Okay, and let's hold 2 minutes. And someone posted some auth 2.0 authentication problem. I'm getting some pop-up in REST message like auth access or refresh token are not available. Verify auth configurations and click the get auth token not working. Yes. Rajesh, please reach out to me on my Instagram so that I can see. Okay, you can paste the images so I can help you. Okay. Rajesh, please DM me on my Insta. Okay, so I can help you. Okay. So now let's go to major incident. Okay, a major incident. S- Okay, so here you can see a major incident manager can create directly as a major incident, create a major incident, directly can create. So whenever directly he is creating, okay, so the major incident, a major incident state is accepted. Okay, so whenever he is trying to create a major incident, okay, so it is term to major incident state is proposed. Okay, and for example test MIM. Okay, and caller and save. You can see it is an proposed major proposed, okay, major incident manager. Okay, so this is proposed. Okay, so there are some things in the properties. Okay, so let's go to major incident properties. Actually, here it should be a major incident properties. It should be available, but it is not able to see this one. So let's see properties. So I think that will be enabled. So if we activate some plugins, I think okay. So that's I will check okay later. And now you can see there are some major incident trigger rules. Okay, so major incident trigger rules. So for example, if someone created all these are active faults, okay? So if you see P1 incident management, okay? So if P1 incident promote to major incident, okay? Promote major incident condition is critical. So this is in, I think, major incident application. So maybe we have to, okay, so, okay. So let's end the impersonation. So I think we are in admin view, so that's the reason it's editable or not editable. So go to the major incident. So you can see the major incident properties here. Okay, so uh, this record is in major incident management application, but global is a current application. So okay, click here to edit this record. So here you can see promote candidate to major incident or create a major incident from candidate. Okay, so those are two options. Okay, so promote initially it is set up as promote candidate to major incident. For example, if anything is creating from create a major incident candidate, this will be set to proposed. Okay, proposed state. If I change it to create a major incident and save it, okay, and save it. Let's go and create a major incident. Blah 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 and save it. So you can see major incident state is set to proposed. Okay, so if you right click on this one, you can reject, or from this major incident, okay, you can create another major incident, okay, by clicking on create major incident. Okay, so what will happen, okay, you can see that this incident is no longer a major candidate. Okay, new major incident is this one and has been created, and incident 1 2 has been added as a child. Okay, so that will be added as a child incident. This will be no longer these things, and you can see the category, subcategory, um, and short descriptions, everything automatically populated based upon the child incident which we are creating. So what all the fields you need to populate while creating the major incident from the proposed major incident. Okay, so here are the list of attributes. Okay, here are the list of attributes which we need to copy. Okay, list of attributes that will be copied from the child incident when creating a major incident. Okay, so that one. Okay, so if you come to major incident trigger rules, what are major incident trigger rules? For example, this is all set to true. Okay, so if you open anything and click here, okay, so yes, this is, so you can see the action promote major incident or propose major incident. So I will click on propose major incident if priority is like too high. Okay, and activate, and I will set order to 20 or something. Okay, and save it. or you can create new thing. Okay, so this is activated. So let's see if I create any incident. Okay, so go to incident tab, creator, user, anything. Okay, um, test P2 major incident. Okay, or something. So if I save this one, okay, this will not this is not changed to, okay, propose or promote major incident because the priority is 5. So if you change it priority to 2, okay, 2, and save it, let's add some work notes and save it. So you can see the major incident is proposed automatically. So you can see the notes also that proposed as a major incident as one of the major incident rules has been matched. So P1 may incident promote to major incident. Okay. So this is how you can create. Okay, you can you can make a trigger rules or depends upon yours, like some people are based upon the services. Okay, in the real time scenario, what is the major incident trigger rules? So major incident trigger rules are something like if the service is criticality, okay, business criticality, then it should automatically create as a promote major incident or something. Okay, so like that. And if you click on view workbench, okay, so I think for now I will stop here. The communication task and the major incident, how to set up the on-call grouping. So I will explain you in the next sections. Okay, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Thank you all, and have a nice day. Yeah, bye bye. Those who joined, especially in the live, so thank you for them, and those who commented in the chat. So I will try to make the videos on CSM, ITS, ITOM, Agent Workspace, all those things, and HRST also. Okay, thank you all. Or I will open a chart for questions and answers, okay, for some time, okay. So any questions or any suggestions, please type in the chat. it is because of ACLs or something else. Okay, so we have we have many debugs things like for example debugs debug debug. We have user section debug, globally debug the global. Okay, global. I mean user global debug section. Okay, global debug sections. Okay, and how can we debug the scripts like server-side scripts or client-side scripts? Okay, now we will discuss about these two things. Okay, user sections and global debug sections. So let's see. Okay, um, but uh, but the thing is, it is always recommended to limit the amount of information returned. Okay, when enabling the debugging. For example, when you are enabling the debugging, okay, so it's like it will get all the results like logs, business rules, SQL statements, or ACLs, everything. But we can limit only what we need. Okay, what exactly we need, or something like that. Okay, but global debug sections is very dangerous. Okay, so it is not encouraged. Okay, to use. Okay, because it will affect all globally. Globally. Okay, so better if you are using this global debug section. So better. You need to use only the options which is required. Okay, which is required. So how we can limit the option which is required or something like that. Okay, for example, we will see in debug of user sections. Okay, debug of user sections. In debug of user sections is where when we are debugging the user sections where the results are noted, where the results are. Okay, for suppose server side, on server side it will return in the bottom. Okay, in the bottom. Okay, for client in console itself, in browser console or anything. Okay, client in console itself. Okay, so how we can debug these sections, section debug. Okay, so for example, let's go to our instance. Okay, Mm, write debug, type debug. Okay, in the section debug, we have enable all, disable all. Okay, debug business rule, debug log, debug. Okay, all these things, debug codes, everything. Okay, everything will be there. Okay, so these are called section user section debugs. Okay, for okay. So when section debug is no longer needed, what you can do is you can disable the all or okay. So but okay. And you can also enable all areas, okay, for abundant logging on the bottom of each page. You can enable each options one by one or anything. Whatever you can do is okay. The benefits and the benefits are nothing but it does not interfere with any other user sections. For example, if you enable, it will work only for you. Okay, until your section is disabled, okay, or you are logged out, or you manually type disable all or something, disable it. Okay, it performance issues occurs. Okay, only that user that enables the section debug is affected. Okay, so if something is slowness occurs, okay, that only for you. Okay, whoever using that section debug is affected. Okay, let's see some example of debugging. Okay, debugging. For example, if I debug log, if I click on debug log. Okay, so it opens me here. Okay, in the settings, I can click on whatever I want, like business rule, okay, a log or GraphQL, security rules, or anything. Okay, so before enabling it, we have to know what is the issue, right? Before enabling, we have to know what is the issue. Let's close this one. Okay, so what I will do is I will go to users table. Okay, users table. I will deactivate able tutor. Okay, first suppose I will deactivate the able tutor. Let's impersonate user ITIL user. Okay, so I will try to create incident, create new. So here I will in the caller I will type able tutor. Okay, so what is the spelling? ABEL. Okay, ABEL. So invalid reference is coming. So why it is not coming? How do I know? Okay, how do I know? Because of what it is not coming? Okay, is there any ACL or is there any business rule or client side script or server side script or what? We don't know exactly, but we know the issue is this one. Okay, what is the root cause? We don't know. So to identify this, what we will do is I will end the impersonation. Okay, and I will go to debug, debug. I will click on debug log. Okay, and I will select only log business rules. Okay, or business rule details or anything. Okay, or not needed. Okay, security rules or something. Okay, let's enable these things. Okay, and click on enable. Okay, now click on enable. Let's close this one, and now I will go to I will impersonate. Uh, I will impersonate. No user found, or what happened suddenly. So let's reload it. Okay, what it causing the issue? So let's some scheduler is running. Kill it, and let's go back. Something has happened. Okay. Okay, so then what we will, I have login back again. Okay, let's again debug the log. Okay, debug logs and settings log. Okay, and let's create a security rules. Okay, business rules and enable it. Okay, and enable it and minimize this one. Let's go to impersonate with ITIL user. Impersonate. Okay, so let's go to incident. Incident, create new. Okay, so you see automatically debugs are available. The section debug. This is called user section debugs. Okay, so in this section only it is available because I'm impersonating the best. The advantage of this is the section debug also works for impersonated users. I mean impersonated sections. Since the section ID does not switch when impersonating a user. Okay, so but if you see if I log in on um, I've logged on this, let's in the impersonated user. I mean, uh, in this browser. Okay. I mean, incognito browser. Okay. So incident. If I open and if I click on create new, so here I will not have any debug because this section is different compared to the section which I am in. Okay. So this is normal browser, that is incognito browser. So I have opened to, okay. So let's see. Okay, let's try to pull able tutor. Okay, so able is not coming. Okay, ABL. Okay, so why? So if you go to down at the bottom of the page, okay, these are all the transaction details, everything. At the bottom of the page, you have logs, business rules, security rules, others. Okay, and the apps which are using all these things. So these are the ACLs. Okay, so this is easy. Okay, so you know how to debug the ACLs. You know. Okay, so you have four different types of colors. Okay. Uh, four different types of colors like green, red, blue, okay, and gray. So you should know about these gray colors also, okay, to investigate more. Okay, so do you know? So it's simple that okay. It's a simple. Okay, so I can explain. So gray means it is not executed. Blue means it is like catchy, okay, not evaluated, and green means it is evaluated and that results to true. If there is any red, that is declined, that is not activated. I mean, that is the cause. Okay, so we don't see any red here in the ACLs. Okay, come down. Okay, these are the black colors are called, locks. Okay, these are the locks. Okay, so you can see impersonated IT will please. Okay, so all these are locks. Okay, all these are logs, and this is the scripts. Okay, business rule scripts or any scripts. Okay, so these are called business rule scripts that returns on navy blue text. Okay, so here you can see the execute before query business rule on sys users table. Okay, so this is the error here. Okay, so finish executing errors. You can click on user query. Okay, so it will redirect to the business rule, but as we are impersonated with ITL user, so there is no permission to see the whole business rule. Okay, so what we will do is we will end the impersonation. Okay, we will end the impersonation and go to business rule tab and rerun it. So you see here, the conditions are like when to run the conditions before. This is a query business rule. Okay, and here the section is interactive. Okay, and has role admin or has role user admin. So if anyone having the user admin, and if not admin, okay, not admin or user admin, then this query like add active query. Add active query means only the activated users will populate it. Okay, only the activated users will be populated. So so if we so to fix this one, either we need to activate the user to true, active to true, or we have to disable this query for other users also. Okay, then we can fix that issue. Okay, we can fix that particular type of issue. Okay, so section debug is usually if you why we use there are some other scenarios why we use section debugs. Okay, so what query statement is used? Okay, what query statement is used? If ACL is passed or fail. Okay, pass or fail. Script error messages. Script error messages. Okay, business rules are executed or not. Okay, BR. Okay, BR executed or not. What is the result of BR or something like that? Okay, so you did not see the result of BR, right? So impersonate again the ITL user, impersonate with. So you can click on history and instant new record. So go down. Better you can uncheck the logs, you can uncheck the security rules, you can uncheck, and the others you can check, uncheck. Okay. Uh, Here it is, you can see user query business rule. Okay, executed before user query business rule. Okay, incident on query, all the queries executed. So here we did not type able tutor here. Let's type able tutor. Invalid reference. So let's go down now. Okay, this is, you can see the result. You can see global skipping user condition not satisfied. You can see the condition is not satisfied. Why the condition is not satisfied? Okay, or something like that. So this is how you can see the result of the business rule. Okay, let's end the impersonation, and what you can do is uh, if you log out, it will the section will end. Okay, but without logout also you can disable the debug by disable all. Okay, you can disable the debug. That's one demo. Okay. So the other one is like how do identify some any security rules are gone wrong or something like that. Okay. So let's create some small security rules. Okay. Let's go to impersonate ITL user. ITL user. Let's go to CMDB. Any CMDB or like a CMDB. Um, what we can do is we can go to services. Okay, services table, configuration services. Let's try to create a new service. Okay, you see here the won't buy is not editable. So why it is not editable? What is causing the issue? So I have created one ACL, okay, to not to edit this won't buy, okay. But what ACL is stopping, okay, or there is a business rule is stopping, or the UI policy is stopping, we don't know. So um, so to know, okay, to know what exactly we have to enable the debug sections. Okay, to enable debug sections, you need to end the impersonation and go to debug, uh, debug, debug the log. Okay, in the settings, I will activate security rules. Okay, and security logs. Okay, I know what those are the securities also. Okay, so minimize this one and impersonate user to ITL user. Now let's go to history, because to access it the recent records, click on service record. Okay, click on service record. Now the won't buy is grayed out. Let's see what are the issues. Okay, what are the issues which ACL is blocking. Okay. Uh, we can easily identify. or type which field it is owned by, right? So OWNED, okay, owned by. Let's search it. So you can see the owned by here. Okay, owned by, this is read console, and record read. Okay, the CMDB read here, it is not deactivated, but it is so one ACL is false, returning false, one ACL is returning true, so that then you can read it. So you have to find the right BR. Okay, so owned by, here it is there here. So here the owned by, here the issue class. Okay, so you see the owned by. Okay, right. The CMDB service ID is written false. Okay, right is returning false. Okay, because of this ACL. Okay, because of this ACL, it is failing. Okay, it is returning the false. It is also creators also returning false. You can see. So click on this one and it will redirect to the ACL. Okay. So you can see the roles are only the admin. Okay. Only the admin. Okay. So only admin can edit it or create it. Okay. So that's the issue. Okay, and that's how you can find the ACL. Okay, so there will be a lot of ACLs. Okay, which will be running on many fields or many other reference fields. So you have to search by the field name here. Okay, to identify easily. Okay, where the issue is. So if something is red mark, then you stop there and analyze that red mark ACL or anything. Okay, that's how you need to identify the ACLs. Okay, that's how we will use the debugging of our user sections. Okay, so now let's end impersonation. Let's end impersonation. So there are some that is local sections. Okay, so to enable global debug properties. Okay, so the good practice is like adjusting global properties is generally not recommended. Okay, it is not recommended to adjust the global properties. Okay, so you can edit the global properties. Okay, by going to incident properties, type properties. Okay, so you have under administration incident properties. Click on this one. Okay, so you can see enable auto closure of incident. Okay, based on still no. Okay, so these are called global properties, we will say. Okay, so you can edit the property. You can by right clicking or edit the property. You no need to go to system properties and edit it or anything. Okay, it will navigate to system properties and type. Okay, so any properties. Okay, so click on edit properties. It will directly go to system properties or anything. Okay, go to system properties table dot list. Okay, so those global debug functionals is nothing but such with debug um, debug. So these all are global properties, global debug properties. Okay, so in most cases, the global debug properties does not exist in the base systems, but can be added if you need to change the default value. For example, if something is not there, okay. If you want to change some property, okay, that property is not there, okay. So you can create that and to change the default value. Okay, if something is not there, you can create it new. Okay, so yeah, that's about debugging of user sections and global debug properties. Okay, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Please do subscribe to get alerts for upcoming Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Filter Navigator. Under System LDAP application, you have Create New Server. Okay, click on Create New Server. So you need to create a new server record. So you need to have some basic details to create a new LDAP server record. Let's see what are those details. Type of LDAP server, Active Directory, it is by default. Server name. You can give server name anything as you like or anything as your company defined. So I will give Nayeem log. Okay. Next, server URL. So this server URL will be provided by your AD team in your company. So now to practice, I have created my own AD in my own Windows server as a lab. So let's log into AD and get server URL. So here I have set up my own Windows server, and inside the Windows server, I have set up my own AD. So let's see. Active. This is my own AD. Okay. And this is my domain. nsblog.com is a domain. So I need to get my domain controllers or domain IP. Okay, that is called nothing but a server URL. We need an IP of this domain. So how can we find in the local server? We can get our domain Ethernet ID. So this is my domain ID, okay, or domain controllers. Okay, 192.168.1.58 is my DC controller. Okay, so go back to your instance and give here 192.168.1.8. Okay, starting such directory. So what is this such starting such directory? What it means? Starting such directory means you need to give or you need to enter the relative distribution name of the default such directory. For example, let me go back to AD. So, so in AD, this is my starting such directory. Okay, this is my starting such directory. Under this directory, I have like computers, snow, users, domain controllers, everything. So what is my starting such directory? nsblog.com starting such directory. Okay, let's go back to instance. The starting such directory, you need to give dc is equal to nsblog, comma, dc is equal to com. Okay, this is my starting such directory and submit. It will automatically create a new LDAP server record. So it automatically created. Now what we need, okay? So to get connection successful, okay, we need to enter login destination name and login password. Okay, remember this, you need to have at least a read roles of user, read role user. Okay, so you need to give here login destination name and login password of that user, and that user should have a read roles, at least minimum read roles. Okay, so
I have one user called Nayeem log. Okay, and password. Okay, and save it. Now connection is now we got the server operation status is false. Verify server address and port are correct and accessible. This is the error we got. So now this is not in the same domain. So that's the reason we need to use a mid server. Okay. So I have already configured a mid server on my particular Windows server. Okay. So what is that server name? So this is the server name I have configured and the status is up. You can see. Okay, let's select this one and save it. Okay, so we need to remove the listener first and then add a mid server and save it. Okay, please stop the listener first. Okay, so we need to stop listener first. Okay, stop listener and give mid server details. Save it. And now we'll see test connection. Now we connected successfully. Okay, let's reload. So now you can see the connection is successful, and when the connection is successful, you can see the green mark here. The active is true, and operation status is automatically set to true. Okay, so the basic details is you need to have some user credentials from AD, which is having at least read roles. And a mid server in the AD should be installed. Okay, so without the mid server can be installed, but it should be in same domain. Okay, so now we will see advanced options like attributes. What are attributes? For example, in AD users record, you have like first name, second name, last name, okay, or department, or language, country, address. All those are called attributes. So you can write attributes like whatever it is required in your company or whatever required for your practice. Okay. So for now, I will not add any attributes because we are not pulling many users. We don't have many users, so that's the reason. If you have many users and if you are pulling all the attributes, then it causes some performance and issues. Okay, so that's the reason you need to add attributes. What is required in your organization? Okay, so as a comma separated, like name, comma, email, comma, like this. You need to provide attribute names like this. Okay. What is connection timeout? So number of seconds before a timeout on connection request. Okay. For example, if you don't get within 10 seconds, you don't get any connection. Okay. So then it will throw a connection timeout. Okay, or read timeout, number of seconds before a timeout on read request. For example, you are sending a read request on the AD, so you did not get any response within 10 seconds, then you will get a read timeout. Okay. What is a listener and listener interval? Okay, these two are interrelated. What is listener? For example, um, if you are pulling the user's data from AD every day, like on particular time, like every morning 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. or something, you are pulling the data. Okay, so meanwhile, if any user is added into AD or any user parameters are updated, okay, so then you won't get update records until the scheduled job runs. Okay, so what happens if you select listener? Listener, if you select listener, for every 5 minutes, it starts listening to your AD. So if there are any update on the user record or any user record created, so automatically pulls that record, okay, from AD to your ServiceNow instance and update the user record in the ServiceNow. Okay, that is the help of listener. I will show you later how this listener works as a practical demo. Okay, paging. For example, if you don't select the paging, so what happened paging? Use LR paging service for getting results. For example, if you send a request, so all these requests will come in a single page. So if the data is large, then it won't fetch all the results at a time. So it will send multiple requests to the AD. So if you select paging here, what happens instead of sending multiple requests in single request only, you will get the result into as a pages. Okay, so at a time. So that helps when you have large records, large number of records per page. Okay, let's save it. So after creating LDAP server record, so under LDAP OU definition, it's automatically created from by the system. Okay, so what details you need, like users, groups, computers. So it is automatically, for example, users and groups are automatically created by the system. Okay, so users, click on users. Okay, okay. Before going into LWU definitions, I will so check if you are able to go back. Check if you are able to see AD data in your instance or not. How you can check? Click on browse. Click on browse. Okay, and after browse, click on plus symbol on the LDAP node. So now you can see all the details like CN is equal to user, CN is equal to system, okay, OU is equal to snow, all these things. Under OU is equal to snow, I have created um, some users like dummy users or groups and users, okay. Under OU is equal to snow and OU is equal to users, okay. Under OU is equal to users, I have created some dummy users. Okay. Under OU is equal to groups, I have created some. I have created some groups like snow group one, snow group two. Now what we are going to do? We are pulling the users records first, and then we are pulling the group records. Okay. Let's see. Go back now. Okay, under OU definitions, so for example, for users, you are pulling the data. Okay, under OU definition, you need to give RDN. What is this RDN? Okay, or relative distinguished name to process. Okay, for example, in your AD or in your organization AD, you need to ask your AD team that where are users located in AD, under which OU. For example, our lab OU in our lab OU, all our users stores. For example, I created a snow OU. Okay, like snow OU, we created a groups and users. Okay, under OU is equal to snow, I created a group and users. Under OU is equal to snow and OU is equal to users. Okay, we created some users. So for example, what will be the RDN for my users? Okay, OU is equal to, for example, um, if you go, if you don't have access to the RD AD team, how can you find the OU of your users? For example, you can go to your browser. Okay, OU details. Go back. Okay, go back. Click on browse. Click on browse. Expand the lab nodes. Okay, OU is equal to snow. OU is equal to users. Click on any user. And you will see all the attributes here. And also you can see the distribution name. So our OU is like this one. Okay, OU is equal to users and OU is equal to snow. This is the RDN for our users. Okay, copy this one and go back to your LDAP server under OU users. Okay, go back. Paste the copied OU. Okay, here and save it. Okay. This filter is automatically created by ServiceNow. Okay, if it is not available in your instance, you can get it from the editing. That object classes person means that you are pulling only the user records, not a group or computer records, anything. Okay, so now check. Click on browse, and you will click on browse, and now you will see only the user records, not all the records from the AD. Okay, click on tab notes. So now you can see the users which I created, like 4 users I created. So I can see the 4 users. Okay. Now our goal is how can we get all these users and store in the users table. That is our goal. Okay. Let's go back. So under LDAP OU definitions, you have already data source, which is automatically created called Nayeem block users. Okay, and it is automatically created a LDAP import staging table. Okay, copy this one. Okay, and go to the table. So you can see the node records here inserted. Okay, so now open this data source. The data source is automatically created by default and with the imports a table name LDAP import. This is automatically created by system. Okay. So under this, you have a transform map which is automatically created. And let's open this one. LDAP user import. Okay. So what it does in the transform maps, so it is active and run business rules. Okay. And run script. What it in the run script, what it will do? LDAP utils set manager source comma target. That means it sets manager automatically. Okay. LDAP server target LDAP server means it will set LDAP server. That means for example, if we have multiple ADs or multiple LDAP servers are connected to your system, then particular user record is belongs to which LDAP server. So to get more information on from which LDAP server the user is coming, so it will add automatically. Okay, and the below already the field maps already created like a SAM account, username, email, location, source, first name, last name, title. Okay, and the SAM account name is unique, so go ahead set to true. Okay, so now we will see. Um, uh, we will run this transform map and see the users are created in our system or not. For example, let me show you users. For example, no user one. So we don't have this user. Okay. And let's pull this user records like all the snow one, snow user one, snow user two, all these records. Okay. Let's see how to do that. Go back now. Mm, Go back from here. So first we will try to test load. Okay. It is loading or not, we will see. Okay. Try to load 20 records. Test load. That means it will not update your user's record. We will see. And it is waiting for mid server to respond. So there are four records are there. Okay, four records. You can see in the imports table, four records are created. Okay, so this will not, if you run transform map, it will not load into the users table because it's a test load. Okay, now go back again. Now go back again and load all records now. Now we will load all the records from that OU. So waiting for mid server to respond. Okay. Record metadata loaded. Let's wait for some time to process it. Okay, process for record. Now click on run transform map. This we created already transform map. It is already created. So we need to run this transform map. Click on transform. It is completed. Click on transform history to check. So four records are inserted. Okay, let's see this user record table and refresh it. So now you can see the snow user 1, snow user 2, Nayeem main 1, Nayeem main 2, other user records are created. Let's open snow user 1. So check all these details like first name, last name, okay, title, okay, department we don't map, okay, calendar, email address, what is the email address? So everything is populated, and you can see LDAP server. And source, you can see the source is not fully mapped. Okay, so source is not fully mapped because it's a texture, cutted value. So you need to increase the dictionary size of this source to get all this one. Okay, configure dictionary. It is already set to 255. It is which is maximum. Okay, let's see. Let's convert into 255. Okay, no need. Okay, close it. Close this one and go to the import set table and click on any record. Open the record. No, you can see the source is cut. Okay, so that's the reason it is. click on configure dictionary. So if there are more text, then you need to increase for example 255 something, okay, and update it. Okay, in the next load it will update. Okay, it will update all these records. For example, if any source is cutting, and you need to, for example, distribution name also is not fully. So this also you need to increase to. Okay, now let's see. Now go back. Okay, go back again. Go back. Okay. Now go back. Back. Now click again. Load all records. It's taking time. Okay. Now click on run transform. Click on transform. Now directly go to the users table. Reload it. Now open this user one. So now to load data, every time I am clicking like load all data, right? So without this, what we need to do is we need to schedule this. So it will run automatically every day at morning hours, which is not a peak time. Okay. So how can we schedule? In the schedule loads, in the schedule loads, so the user imports is already automatically created. So what we need to do is open this record, click on active, and you need to set the time like when we need to run, like every 1 hour, 1 a.m. we need to run this one or something like that. Okay. Now, for example, let's delete this user record. Okay. For example, let's delete this user record and see like no user one means I'm deleting. Okay. Delete. Go to the users. No user one is not there. Okay. No user one is not. And now run this, execute this one. So wait for some time and check in the users records. No user one, like no user one will be automatically created. See, this is automatically created. So you can see that just now it is created. Okay, and you can see that all the fields are mapped. I have added manager field on the users form. Okay, but for this record, there is no manager is populated. Let's see why it is not populated. Okay, let's check into the LDAP imports table, LDAP underscore import dot list. Let's see manager data is populated on in the import table or not. So open this record, maybe snow user one, okay, snow user one. Let's open this record and see the manager attribute is populated or not. Where is the manager attribute? Uh, in the import set, we don't get any managers because for this user, there is no manager. in the AD. So I just added the manager for this user, no user one. Let's see a manager is coming for this user or not. Okay. Let's see in the LDAP OU definitions. Okay. Click on browse. Select Snow User 1. See manager is there or not. Okay, so you got the manager. Okay, now check in LDAP import table. So before going to that, go back, go back. Now go to the data source. Again, load all record. Try to load all records. Okay, run the transform map. Transform. Okay, go to the import set. Go to the users table and reload it. So there is no manager is populated. Okay, now go to the import set table and check there is a manager attribute or not. So there is a manager attribute. Okay, so add into the list. So you can see the user one, the manager attribute is it's trimmed. So now open this record. Now open this record. Go to the manager attribute. Find manager attribute here. I don't find here. So configure form layout. Add manager attribute to the list view. I mean, in the form. Okay, under street address or somewhere. Now increase the size of the manager dictionary, I mean field value to 255. Okay, 55. Update it. Now go to the schedule loads. Click on user import. Execute now. Now see this manager attribute will be populated. Let's see. Reload the record. See. Now the manager attribute is populated. Name. Okay. So this is how you need to get the users data, and this is how you need to populate the managers data. Okay. Now we will try to get groups data. Okay. Go to the LLab servers. Name is blog, no blog. In the groups, when the groups, give the RDN value. You know how to search the RDN value or how to get the RDN value. If you don't know the RDN value of the group, please ask your AD team or someone. Okay, so you know what is our group like GRO group. Let's check in AD. Okay, what is the group for you? So groups, okay, groups, it's groups. Okay, let's go back to our instance. You need to add S. Okay, the object class is group. Okay, and save it. So now browse. Let's see we are getting the groups data or not. Okay, I already created two groups called Snow Group 1, Snow Group 2. Okay, let's go back now. Go to the data source. So data source is already created. This is the group LDAP. Group import is the staging table. Okay, now load all records. Click on, oh, okay, sorry. Let me cancel this one. I'll go back. Okay. Okay, go to the LDAP service again. So under data source, okay, LDAP transfer map is already created. Open this one. So all it is automatically created. It's out of the box transform map. LDAP utils. You are setting manager field, set manager, everything like group name, description. So everything you are setting. Okay. So what we need to do is go back. Let's try to load the data. Load all the waiting for mid server to respond. Okay, two records are inserted. Now click on run transform map. Transform. Okay, go to the transform history. Okay, two records are inserted. Let's see the groups table and see snow group are created or not. They are created. Let's open the snow group one. So you got the description, name, okay, and there is no group members here, okay, and the manager is not populated. Let's see why it is not populated. Okay, let's go back to uh, LDAP group import staging table, and let's see those records are created or not. Open. Okay, this is managed by. So it you can see it is trimmed again. So you need to increase. You need to increase the size of the managed by to 55 and update. And the member also, you can see the member configure dictionary. You need to increase the size to 4,000 because if there are a lot of group members, so then it will not capture. So that's the reason. Okay, now we will see. We will try to run from the schedule loads again. Schedule LDAP schedule loads. Okay, type LDAP and schedule loads. Open the groups import schedule load and click on execute now. And let's see these groups. Okay, open the group one now. Now see the manager is populated and you got the members. In this group, we have only one member.
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention, get more followers.
Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Today, so log into our instance or personal instance or customer instance. Okay. So whichever the instance you are using it. Okay. So now what we are going to do, we are going to get our AD groups into the ServiceNow. Okay, let's log into our AD and see what all the groups available. Okay, so go to the AD. So this is my personal AD called Nayeem blog new. Okay, this is my separate AD. I have created one server and I have installed one Active Directory. And inside this one, there is a groups. Okay, if you open this group, there are 4 groups here which I have created for testing purpose. Okay, security group 1, group 2, distribution group 1, distribution group 2. Okay, 2 types of group, distribution group and security group. And inside each group we have users like test user 2, test user 4. Okay, so let's import all these groups from AD to our service now, and let's see. Okay, so this is on-premises AD, not an Azure. So this is how we will connect. We will connect with LDAP integration. Okay, so LDAP integration. Go to our instance. Okay, and go to LDAP servers. Okay, so here we already have an integration with AD LDAP server. We already configure it. Okay, in our previous videos. Please check the description for the link how we can configure the LDAP integration. Okay, so and for this one we also configure a mid server. Okay, please check the description for the link how to configure the mid server. Okay, how to connect to the server and the service now. Okay, so all these things we have, and we already imported the users. Okay, so you let me repeat one more time the users once. Okay, so I have go to users, go to users, and you can see we configured everything like LDAP OU definitions. We configured CN is equal to users. Okay, let's go to our AD, and we have users here. Okay, all Snow users. Okay, test user 1, test user 2, all these users. Okay, so these users we need to get into our service now. Okay, so because these users are the part of our groups OU. Okay, so so we already configured CN is equal to users. Okay, so what all the users objectivity will get the users. Okay, let's go to the, so there are some schedule loads we have for the users. LDAP user import. Okay, go to the LDAP user import and execute. Okay, so before executing, we need to know how all the users are coming or not. So for that, what we need to do, we can go and test the browser link. Okay, the browser, and the browse. Okay, see this one in the LDAP nodes, we are getting all the users or not. Okay, so we are getting only the 4 users like ServiceNow users, default account CN user equal to users. Okay, so change to OU is equal to OU is equal to what is our OU? Our OU is Snow user. Okay, let's see. OU is equal to Snow user. Okay, now filter it. So object class is equal to person. Okay, we will all get all these users, user 1, user 2, user 3. So copy this RDN and go back. Go back and add in the RDN. RDN is equal to OU is equal to users and update. Okay, now execute now the schedule job. Okay, so if you go to users, so you will get all the users. See, test user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, everything. So if I open test user 1, okay, you will get like first name, last name, okay, and the email, all these things. If email is the email, you will get, okay. For example, if I open test user 1, test user 2, okay, all these things, okay, and you can see the source and LDAP also, okay, source and LDAP server, which LDAP server it is coming from, and you can see the source. Okay, it is coming. The LDAP server it is coming, and the source it is like you can see the LDAP CN is equal to test user OU, which OU, and which domain nsb.com. All this it is coming. Okay. So now we are having the users. Now we will try to get our groups data. Okay, so let's see how we will get the groups data. In the groups data, go to LDAP OU definitions. Okay, so to check users, how we can configure the users, how we configure the transform maps, all these things, please follow the link in the description. Okay. For the OU, I will tell you groups OU. OU is equal to, let's see which OU. We have groups. There is a groups OU. Okay. OU is equal to groups and save it. So if this RDN is working or not, okay, we need to test. Okay, we need to browse the connections. Okay, let's browse it. Are we getting all the groups inside the OU groups or not? We need to see before we import. Okay, so we are getting all the 4 groups. Okay, good. And then what we need to do, go back and example LDAP groups. Okay, let it be the name. Okay, okay, LDAP groups transform map. Okay, let's go to the LDAP group import table. Okay, and here these two, you know, manager field, you underscore managed by set manager. If the groups is having any manager, it will set the manager. Okay, source account name, description, source, it will map. And in the after transform script on after, you have add members, source and target. So that means it will add the members from the groups. Okay, it will remove the members from the groups. Okay, so the transform map looks good. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to load before running. What we need to do, we need to test load 20 records. Okay, test load 20 records. Never. So we created, let's say the loaded data. Okay, loaded data. This one is the loaded data, and we see what all the fields here we got, okay, CN, GGN, group type, instance, member, name, object class, SAM account, source, all these things. Okay, so let's open one record, one row.
Hello there, my name is Colton, and today I wanted to teach you more about the operation and usage of the Compact 2. For those of you who don't know, the Compact 2 is a mass flow meter for gases. This unit differs from the rest of the series because it uses a touchscreen display to interface with the user. So let's go over the basic menu structure for this product. We'll start by turning on the unit. Touch and hold the display for about 3 seconds, and the unit should power up. When using the battery, the backlight's not going to come on. In order to get around this, you can use a micro USB cable to power up the unit and turn on the backlight. This will make it a little easier to see. The display defaults to the main screen, which shows the rate, total, and a flow gauge. By tapping the screen, you can cycle to just flow, total, or an alarm screen. From any of these screens, you can hold the display for 3 seconds to enter the main menu.
Okay, see, this distribution name, okay, this one, com is missing. That means it trimmed, okay, based upon the length of the subject. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to configure this dictionary, okay, and we need to add like 200 is a maximum. Okay, so we need to update because it should run and it should update the length, right? The member it needs to be like more like 4,000 because there are a lot of members inside it. We can't estimate it. Okay, so if it contains like more than 100 members, so then it is a problem. Then we need to figure it out the alternate solution for it. Okay, and the group type, object class. Okay, source is important. Source we need to get the source, right, and update. Okay, and DN also is important. $200 and update. Okay, and object category is also important. Configure dictionary. Okay, 200 and update. So once we configure it, what we need to do, we need to go to LDAP schedule. Okay, LDAP schedule. Let's go to LDAP schedule loads. We need to go to, okay, here the group import is there. Okay, so this is not active. We need to daily at okay, anytime that depends upon. Okay, so save it and execute now. Okay, so now see the import set table, LDAP import set table. Okay, so now you see the target record is created. 4 groups are created. You can see, okay, inserted. Okay, so if I open one record, and you can see the members are added. Okay, and you can see the distribution name. Okay, it is not trimmed. Okay, and the source is also not trimmed. Okay, so the members. Okay, so let's see in the groups table it is added or not. Okay, go to the groups. In the groups table, let's see. Okay, you can see security group 1, security group 2, distribution group 1, distribution group 2, and security group 1. if I open security group 1, okay, so you have two users, test user 3, test user 1. Okay, in the security group 2, you have test user 4 and test user 2. Okay, and distribution group 1. So test user 5, test user 6. So like that. For example, in the distribution group 2, so there are 3 users here. So you see, so we are getting the groups from Active Directory, on-premises Active Directory, okay, and the group members also. For example, if you remove, okay, what happens if I remove accidentally, if I remove these 2 users from this group? Okay, these 2 users from this group. Okay, and save it, okay, and let it be the groups like other groups like security, same. Okay, for example, security group 1 we don't have. Okay, security group 2 we have 2 users, test 4, test 2. So if I run again, so it should not duplicate it. Okay, and it should add automatically the group members. Okay, let's see, let me run it. Okay, execute now. So now see the groups here. See, now it automatically populated the user 1, user 3. Okay, I removed accidentally, but after running the schedule, it is populated automatically. So the group members here, it is not changed because already they are there. Okay, so it is not updated or not removed. Okay, for example, in the security group 1, okay, in the security group 1, if I remove the user from here, okay, test user 3 I have removed. Okay, and I have added like uh, another user. For example, test user 6. Okay, and apply and okay. So now if I run again the schedule job, okay, from the security group 1, it should remove the user 3 and it should add the user 6. Okay, let's see. Let me run it again. Execute it. So in the security group 1, give at least 2 minutes time. Okay. See, now it is removed the 3 and it is added user 6. Okay, that is how you can get the groups and group members from the Active Directory via LDAP integration. Okay, so in our upcoming videos, we will see, for example, if I add a new user here, and it should add in the AD automatically via orchestration. Let's see in the upcoming classes. Okay, thank you. Please do subscribe to get alerts for upcoming videos. Hope you will enjoy and learn ServiceNow. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey, and welcome to the Try Django series. My goal for this one is to help you learn and master Django. Like, I want you to go as far as you possibly want to go in understanding the Django Web Framework. You see, and the way we're going to do this in this one is really start from the beginning. We're going to start with absolute basics, and then we're going to work our way up, introducing new concepts along the way. And I'm actually not going to be building a full project. So instead, what I'm going to do is just jump into individual concepts, put them into a practical use case in a sort of project, and then eventually you'll have a very good understanding of how to build real web applications using Django. Now, of course, I do recommend that you learn from entire projects, and I have a bunch of them, both right here on YouTube on joincfe.com/YouTube, as well as on our website, joincfe.com. We have a ton of stuff there for building real things with Django. But this series is all about getting the absolute basics to even advanced level things bit by bit.
When I applied at Ball, I was pregnant, and when I told the recruiter, his reaction was, "Ah, congratulations! Is it a boy or a girl?" I'm Jada, and I've been working at Ball for about 2 years as a group product manager. Morning. Good. As a manager, I also want to help people be the best of themselves. Really helping each other, it's appreciating and letting other people be who they really are. And I really care about helping people. Hey. And then you get that one. Oh, awesome. Sometimes I have the feeling that what I'm saying might be stupid. Yeah, imposter syndrome, it's a feeling of inadequacy. I was really afraid that somebody might figure out that I didn't have all the answer, and it's a horrible feeling. Ball built a community of trust. People in the team can be open to.
If you're learning Django for the first time, it's an incredibly exciting experience. At least it was for me, because once I was able to actually build a web application with, a database attached to it, it was like, oh, this is so cool. Now, I think that you might be just as excited. And
Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. Today I am going to show how to find IP address for your personal development instance with REST integrations. Let's see why we need IP address of instance. For example, to connect with LDAP or AD, okay, we need to install the AD in customer environment. Okay, to connect or to install the mid server and to connect with your personal instance or your customer instance, you need to allow the firewall to talk to your own ServiceNow instance or customer ServiceNow instance. So to enable the firewall, we need an IP address of your customer instance or your personal development instance. Okay, that is why we need the IP address of instance, or we can use this IP address in any third-party integrations if it is needed or if it is required. Mostly it is not required. In some cases it is required. How many ways we can get it? How many ways we can get it? Like how to find the IP address of your personal instance or your customer instance. For your customer instance, you can directly get it from High Portal. So if you have a customer instance, you will get at High Credentials. Okay, you can open the High Portal and see your IP configurations, like clicking on My IP in Service Portal. Okay, or you can get the IP address from the command prompt. Okay, for your personal development instance also, you will get it by command prompt only. We don't have High Portal for your personal development instance, or ServiceNow will not support for your personal development instance. Okay, but if you get an IP address from command prompt, that is not an integration IP, or it's called third-party IP address. So with that IP address, you cannot